My intentions was for him to sleep outside. Listen, let me tell you something. You're not coming in here. Wherever you was, sleep outdoors. Furthermore, you, Abdul, and the wife, they better make space for you in their yard because you're not coming back in here. That was my intention when I put my chain on my door. You're staying out there. Everything's been packed away into the cupboard.
Yes.
That's it? Right, so go and wash the dishes, please. Thank you. Cheers. Assalamu alaikum, guys, and welcome back to my digital diaries. It's not even morning. I got up really late. Oh my God. Listen to me and listen to me good. There's trouble in paradise. I'm not a happy bunny at all. I've come on here to have a little bit of a rant. So before I do Winter May's hair, I done Lily's hair last night. And she's got so much locks on her head. It took hours, as it always does. That's like an all-day job. By the time you wash and then detangle and do all that stuff. So I finished her hair last night. I will insert a clip. What time did I finish? Probably about 2 in the morning, can't remember. And then obviously Issa's mate passed by yesterday, Abdul, about 12 or 12, can't remember. And they were downstairs for a bit, and then Issa's come upstairs and he's like, oh, I'm just nipping to Abdul to get his pad. So obviously in my mind I'm doing Lily's hair in it, watching Big Brother at the same time with this here while I'm doing the hair, and I'm like, okay, but listen to me, I'm at a point where I shouldn't have to be telling no big man that why can't he go and get his pad himself. He can get his pad and come back. You don't need to go with him. But anyway, neither here or there. It's like, oh, I'll be 2 minutes because he only lives up the road. This is me. Okay, because I know him. Anyway, I had to wonder if them two are dating because the way they like Batty and Bench, I'm like, something not right there, so. Don't mind me, I'm laughing now, but I wasn't laughing half an hour ago. Believe me, I was not laughing half an hour ago. Just because of the principle, not because I'm like some control freak that expects my husband not to go anywhere. That's not it. It's the fact of you said one thing and you've done the opposite, right? Now, for the past, say, 4 Saturdays, it's been out, right? Not out, like, but either, you know, I think one weekend they all came here and was chilling here, and then they went out into town. Then another weekend, I think they went and had boys' night at Abdul's, and then another weekend they had boys' night at Sandil's, and I think another weekend they had boys' night at Keb's, which is fine. I've got no issue with that at all, right? But it's just like, okay, they might be free on this Saturday, you know, but your lifestyle is completely different. You need to be with us some Saturday evenings, even though you're with us in the day, but no, it's not going to happen. Do you understand? Because what I notice with my children, even if they're not doing nothing with their dad, they like the idea that he's just somewhere in the house, right? And then my eldest will say, oh, where's daddy? And I'll be like, oh, he's gone out with this pitch. Proper, he's actually married to both of us because he's got to answer to her, you know, believe me. He has to answer to her because she don't play. She's like, where's daddy? Where have you been? How long are you going to be? She'll all call him like, when you're coming back. So anyway, he's gone. This is a bit of just like a rant story time. So obviously, because I'm doing her hair, I'm doing Lil's hair. So when he come, he was like, trust me, you'll see, I'll be 5 minutes. Don't even lock the door. Leave the door unlocked. I looked at him, I said, okay. Anyway, time's gone. He's called me. He's like, oh, we're just going to nip to Windsor Road to get food. I was like, okay. He's like, do you want anything? So I said, no, thanks. Now I'm like, I should have said yes because it would have brought his black ass home. That's what would have happened. Anyway, what's that saying? Love would have brought your ass home last night. If you're into movies, you'll know that that's from Boomerang. When Angela says it to Eddie Murphy, love should have brought your ass home last night. Yes, right? Anyway, so I'm doing Lily's hair. And after he called me and he goes, he's getting food, he's like, I said, no, I didn't want anything. He's like, I says, I thought you were going to be 5 minutes. He starts laughing. He's like, no, I am. I'm just going to get food and I'll be right back. Fine. Listen, at about, what time? I want to tell you. Do you know what? Some people will say, why are you telling everyone your business? But this is not business to me. This is just my life. I'm not going to come up here smiling when I'm annoyed. Well, I'm not too annoyed now because I've simmered down. But I'm not, no, you need to know that there's trouble in paradise. It might not be major trouble compared to other people, but I don't like this behaviour. So it's a problem for me. So I messaged him at 1:56 saying, I knew you were going to do this. And he goes, I'm literally talking, babe, not gone anywhere, beautiful. Don't beautiful me. And I know he's not gone anywhere. Don't get me wrong. I'm not like thinking that he's out there, you know, with community, you know, private parts all over the place. That's not what I think, right? But it's just the principle. Listen, let me tell you something. Abdul has a relationship. He has his own partner that he's married to and he's got kids. That's okay for them. If she's probably not happy with him being out every minute with my husband, she probably isn't, but maybe she can't say. I don't know. But guess what? I'm not that wife. That's not me. I remember I've been with my husband for over a decade, you know. So at this point, I should be having this conversation with you. I should not be having this conversation with you. Because what I'm not going to do in 2024, the back end of it, mind you, is be telling you what's acceptable and what's not. You should know within yourself that, do you know what? I've been out like 3 Saturdays in a row. I'm not going to go out this Saturday. Even though it's not going out. But if you're going to spend time with Abdul, you just spend time with him in your yard. Or that's that. That's it. Simple as that. Because my kids like to know that their dad's downstairs. Okay. Now, I should have to be having that conversation with somebody I've been with for over a decade. Because you know how I stay already. It's not like you don't know. Right? So I'm not going to sit and tell you. So I'm at that point. So I didn't say anything. I just sent simple message. And then when he messaged me back now. And I said, when he says literally, I'm talking, babe, I'm not going anywhere, be all right. Because it does do that. Like sometimes him and Abdul would be literally parked outside the house, chopping it up, talking. Like literally, you'd be surprised. They're like females. They'll be outside the house in the car chatting, right? When they could just come inside, but they don't. Anyway, that's neither here or there. So I messaged him back saying, okay, I'm going to be 2 minutes. This is me being sarcastic. When I say, okay, I'm going to be 2 minutes, that's just me responding to him saying, okay, considering you said you were 2 minutes, you're now 2 hours late. Anyway. When I seen, what I did was, I called him at 3:37 when me and Lils is ready to go to bed now. Asked me if I got a response. He called me back, but I wouldn't have known because I was in my bed. He called me back about hour and 20 minutes after. What do I look like? I've just seen that now, to be fair. What do I look like? But obviously, he had to call me in private because his number was already done blocked, because you're not going to ring off my phone and wake me up out of my sleep. That's not what's not going to happen. It's not going to happen, right? So guess what I did? You see, when I called the once, I didn't even wait for it to go to voicemail. I just called, it rang a couple of times, and guess what I did? I ended the call, went downstairs, and I put the chain on my door and locked my door. Because you're not swanning in here at all hours of the night. That's what's not going to happen. So, I locked my door, I turned on my back, and I went in my bed and enjoyed my nice comfy bed by myself. Then no, actually, I think that was the time it was coming in. 4:57 is the time it was coming in, I'm sure. Like something to 5. So I The dog started barking down the place, so it jumped me up out my sleep. So I toddled downstairs. But you know when you get downstairs, you start opening the door and you realise what you're doing. Because I was all discombobulated because obviously I was sleeping. So when I've gone and done that, you know when you're upset with yourself, I'm walking back upstairs mad, you know, because remember my intentions was for him to sleep outside. My intentions was for him to sleep outside. Listen, let me tell you something. You're not coming in here. Wherever you was, sleep at Abdul's. Furthermore, you, Abdul and the wife, they better make space for you in their yard because you're not coming back in here. That was my intention when I put my chain on my door. You're staying out there. That's what's going to happen. Your son in here and all hours of the night. What do you think this is? For Duppy to come walking behind you? I don't think so. Stay out there. So, you know I was upset when I opened the door. Why was I upset? I was upset that I opened the door. You know, I had to tell him that this morning. I said, you caught me off guard because I was sleeping and the dog woke me up and I was all discombobulated. I went thinking, because trust me, he knows me. He knows me. He knows. His ass will stay on the curb. He'll stay knocking the door. And what I didn't want is him ringing down my phone, waking up my yard. And I'm not going to put my phone on silent because my mum might need to call me and it's an emergency. So guess the best thing you do, you just block them. Block. And it's staying blocked because he ain't calling me. I don't care. We're in the same house. Don't talk to me. So when he come in with his shoulda, coulda, wouldas and his excuses, I didn't even give him a chance to talk. I just was like, guess what? Because I'm, going back to my sweet sleep. This is me. I just said, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it because I'm not that person that's going to ring you 101 times. I ain't doing that. I'll call you once. And at this point, you see when his ass was blocked, all I'm thinking of, good luck if you're in hospital, you've been stabbed, you've been run over, you got locked up. That's not my problem, you know. Good luck, you're going to stay out there with it. I ain't stressing myself with that because guess what? You said you were going to be 5 minutes. You said 5 minutes. Now, like I said, I'm not no control freak, you know. And I'm not saying that he has to sit down and look at me and my pitness face every Saturday. That's not what I'm saying because I like my free time too. It's like when we went to Elegance Bar the other week when I went with my family. That was like last minute and I said, well, you might as well just go to Sandils. He went in his Udi and his slides and he went to Sandils. So I said, right, when I'm ready, just pick me up on the way home. But then I got to live with my sister anyway. But when I got back, I called him when I was leaving and then we kind of got home at the same time. So he went to his mate Sandils with Abdul, all of them, they're all friends. And they went and had their lads night. That was unplanned because initially we were staying in. But because I was going out, I said to her, you might as well go out because the kids are not here. And then he was just like, oh, let me call them, not see what they're doing. So he went. So that weekend, we were both out. And no, we don't go out every weekend. He doesn't. But I'm just trying to, because the thing is when you're in a relationship, you know, there has to be some limits. And if I allow him to think it's okay to have chill time with your friends every single Saturday, he's going to run with it. I hope you're understanding this. And if you're not married, then I'm letting you know when you get into your marriage. It's not called control. It's called finding a balance. And he's not young and he's not got a young wife. So the rules are completely different. You don't just talk about you chilling with friend every Saturday. We don't do that. That's not what we do when we're married. No. And to be fair, one of his friends, Kev, is so respectful. Like, he's single, so he'll be like, no, let's chill at my house because obviously you got your wife and your kids and, you know, I don't want us to make your noise late or whatever. Even though I'm not really too fussed, but it's just that consideration. Kev's Jamaican descent as well. And he's got kind of like an old spirit. So I get it, but it's like, do you know what? I know that him and Abdul are really close. Like, they've got this bromance thing going on and they're so close. Out of all of the friendship, them two are really close. Like, Abdul's like my little brother. Like, honestly, if I say to Abdul, let me tell you something. You see him, he's grounded and don't knock back my door. He'd be like, oh my God, we've got to make it up. It'd be like, we've got to make it up to the wife, right? Now, I've got no issue with it, but it's just the fact that you said 5 minutes. Don't be telling me that. Like, I put up with that 100 years ago. How am I talking to you about the same thing in 2024? No, we're meant to be moving forward, not regressing back. No. I'm not doing it. Hell no. So I was absolutely fuming. Don't come stepping in here, coming to me, telling me no pup. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear nothing about no friend. I don't want to hear nothing about, oh, I did this. Because the fact remains is you told me one thing. It's usually, if his plans change, he'll call and be like, We're just going to stop off and get something to eat. Or, do you know, I'm just chilling with Abdul. I'm like, all right, cool. But where was the update, please? Where was the update? Furthermore, you said 5 minutes. That's what my issue is. You said 5 minutes. That is what you said. And I knew, because I know you. So I looked at him and I said, okay, Mr. 5 minutes. We'll see. So now you put yourself in the doghouse. Literally, why? Like, really? He's like, it's not going to happen. I said, look at you. You sound like a damn pitney. What do you mean it's not going to happen again? I heard you say that 100 years ago. No. Anyway, I'm ranting. You might not think it's a big deal, but I was really annoyed. I was so annoyed. He was sleeping outside, and I'm so upset that I didn't let him sleep outside. You don't understand. That's the bit that's griping me, because how did I get up and open the door, man? So annoyed. Really annoyed with myself, I am. It is. With my husband and I. If anyone knows us from back in the day, BB days, like when I first met him in 2011, they will know that we always used to post, always, you know, we were that couple, matching, posting everything, always putting, you know, lovey-dovey out there, whatever. Or if he annoyed me, I was always making sure the world knew I'm annoyed, right? Because I'm that person. I know some people like to keep their things private. That's up to them. But maybe that's why I've not fell into depression or gone crazy, because I speak. Like, my family know, or anyone that, if you put me up on the street now, you're going to see my face is set. And don't ask me what's wrong, because I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you exactly what's wrong. And he gets uncomfortable because he's quite a private person, and I'm not. So they say opposites attract. But we are, like, what you see is literally what we are. And, you know, we are, when I use the term couple goals, the reason why I'm comfortable saying that is not because, oh, we look nice and we look all in love. It's because of the journey. It's because of where we've come from, the things that we've enjoyed, the things that we've been through, and the fact that we're still here. And it's all aspects of the relationship and of the marriage that makes us couple goals, especially for young couples, I believe, because it's not been easy, but we've pushed through it and we're still here. Do you understand what I mean? We're still here, and people that know me know the journey, because I'm very open about it. I don't just keep it behind closed doors and let's just smile, because there could be another family or another couple going through the similar thing, and they think they're the only ones, and they don't know how to get through it because people are not talking about it. So I've always been open. I've always been open about what I've been through with my in-laws and with dating somebody younger, because that comes with its challenges as well. Obviously, now that we've been in it for years, I don't have them challenges anymore. And it's the age did show slightly at some stages throughout them years, but we've got a nice balance now. And when we are a team, obviously when we fall out, but you see, when we're a team, we know how to work as a team. Like, we are like power duo couple when it comes to executing whatever we want to execute. We can, even if we're upset, we can make it happen. And I just think with me, I'm just like, I'm a Virgo in it, so everything's like extra dramatized, extra magnified. The smallest thing could irritate the life out of me. What somebody else might not think is a big thing, I will think it's like huge. So it's just understanding my character, and sometimes we do clash. But to be fair, it's been a long time, a very long time, that I've woke up and be like, do not speak to me, because at the moment it's downstairs watching football and he'd be walking like eggshells around me all day. But do you know what it is? I feel like with my newfound faith, it's made me have to try and be a little bit more patient, a little bit more forgiving. But I am human. And like, no, say what you mean and mean what you say. And I understand that we are opposites, and I can't expect him to be like me. But I'm telling you, if I say it's A, it means it's A. Don't come and tell me you're going to be back in 5 minutes and you're not. Even though I know that about him, but I don't want to know that about you, though. I really don't. I need you to not be that person. I need you to not do what suits Issa. I need you to think more. Because sometimes, you know, men, I think it's a man thing. They just kind of go with their flow and they don't really think. Like, for example, he might have his phone on silent, and I'd be like, as soon as you come out of work, take your phone off silent but he won't think that that's anything to put at the front of his mind. Whereas for me, if I was in that situation, I would naturally straight away take my phone off silent because somebody could be calling. So I will start going on a tangent about that's just irresponsible. And since you're so irresponsible, how are you supposed to be responsible with my children then? It means all the responsibilities on me because clearly irresponsible. Do you understand? Somebody can't be responsible if they say they're coming back in 5 minutes and come back 4 hours later. That's called lack of responsibility, lack of discipline, and it means you're a follower, which I know that about him anyway. So it's like when you get with somebody, you kind of got to take the good, the bad, and the ugly. And I understand that God blessed me with a person that is the opposite to me. I'm a natural leader and he is a natural follower. It just is who he is. And funny enough, our children reflect the same thing. So Lily, I always say, you're just like your dad. You are such a follower, and I'm trying to instill in her that she has to be her own person. She has to make her own decisions, and she mustn't care what anyone thinks, because she cares a lot about what people think, and so does her dad. Like, and I'm a person where I'd be like, don't tell me nothing about nobody. I don't want to hear about no one, what no one was doing, why you didn't do this, because this person, I don't want to know about nobody. I need to know what you were doing and why you didn't do what you were supposed to do. Whereas the smallest child, Winter May, she's kind of like her own character. She's a bit like me. Got her own mind. If you go out there and say the grass is purple and she thinks it's green, she not business if the whole of the congregation thinks it's purple. She's going to stand there and say, oh, well, I think it's green. That is your business. Whereas Lily will be like, oh, all right then, well, because everyone else is saying it's purple, I'll just go with purple. No. But then I've got to respect the fact that that's just their character and that's who they are. But, yeah, I just thought I'd add that disclaimer in that obviously I post whatever is happening, and if we're in a good space and we're great, then I'm going to post that we're great, and if we're not in a good space and we're not great, I'm going to let you know that we're not great. So this is part of the not great. So let's see. Not when it's Christmas in two weeks, and I don't want him to buy me nothing. Sure, I don't want that. I'm not in that space. Do you know what it is? When he gets when he's in the doghouse, I don't know if it's an African thing, but I think they just feel like, okay, let me buy something. Let me get something expensive. I never forget when he was in a doghouse, 2016, 17. And it was just before Mother's Day. He was in the doghouse for about a good 2-3 weeks. And he went and got me a car and a private plate. That's when I had the Touareg. Yes, it was very nice, but it's like, you don't need to be making grand gestures, because no, I don't want that, because I can't be bought. I'm still going to be upset with you. Simple as that. He's a person that if he's upset, he's like, he wants to talk about it and move on. Like, tomorrow's a new day where I can simmer. I'll be simmering away for like a week or longer than that. But obviously, speaking to you guys now, I feel so much more in a better space. I do. I feel like I can woosah and get on with my day. So it might get lucky. You better thank you guys. It might get lucky. But this is when I say to people that YouTube is so therapeutic, this is why, honestly. Because if I didn't speak about this right this second, I probably would have been simmering for the next couple of days. And it affects the household, because I'm that person in the house that if I'm not right, the whole house isn't right. Do you understand what I mean? I remember back in the day when I used to be or get upset with him or he was in the doghouse, his colleagues would know that he's in the doghouse. His colleagues would know. They'd be like, you're in the doghouse, aren't you? He'd be like, yeah, well, look what you're eating. Or they could tell, because I won't do his washing. I would not sort out his stuff for work. I would not do his lunch. Like, figure yourself out. Figure it out. And they'd know when he's out of the doghouse, because they'll see that he's getting good treatment. Oh, well, I wish you luck on your marriage, guys. I wish you luck. It's not easy, but it's worth it. It's not easy, but it's worth it, because I'd rather have this stress from my husband as opposed to just from a guy, because there's too much guys that are just giving gal too much stress, and they're not even offering nothing. Do you know what I mean? So I'd rather, he's supposed to stress me. He's my husband. He's supposed to. But anyway, I thought I'd add that in. If you like my videos, don't forget to like and subscribe. So I woke up really annoyed, and guess what time I woke up? Hey, be careful, Winge. Get in the bath, please. Okay. because I need to wash hair. I got up so late as well this morning. You know when you have a plan in your head? I got up so late. And I had a dream last night. My second half of the dream, when I answered the door and went back to bed, I had a dream about a friend from a blast from the past, Darren Crumb. I had a dream. I think he passed away in, if I remember right, 2002. I want to say 2002. Obviously as a teenager, 18, 19, in a car accident. And I remember back then, I had a dream. I dreamt him back then, that nearer to that time. And I've not dreamt him again. I think probably once throughout that time, throughout this decade, I've dreamt him a second time. But it was so odd that I dreamt him and he was in my dream. And I'm not going to go into details about the dream, but he was in my dream and he was passing my house. And he gave me the biggest hug embrace. And then he was going and I was crying. You know, like when your belly bottom is dropping out, I was crying when he was going. I couldn't believe, and I had to double check it was him, you know. In the dream, I'm like, right, what's your mum's name? Where did you used to live? What's your sister called? And when he answered the question, I was like, oh my God, it's really Darren. And I was crying. And because I'm not talking to Issa, I can't even ask him because I'm not talking to him. But I'm almost certain that in the night, you know when you're in your dream, but you can still kind of hear, and I'm sure he said to me, Leash, what's wrong? You crying, what's wrong? I think I was crying in my sleep. And I think he said, he was asking me, but because I was mad with him, I ignored him. But I'm going to when I'm talking to him again, then I'll update whether that part was true or if I was just dreaming. But I think I was crying in the dream, but crying in real life. And it was, oh my God, I can't believe it. I was like, oh God, this so random, but so beautiful at the same time. I've got so much memories, honestly. I think anyone that knows him has got their own memories. I remember when we used to go juicy. We used to go juicy high school. And Shireen, you will remember, do you remember he used to wear Jeep? Honestly, he was the first person I know with that scent. When I smell anyone with that perfume, that aftershave, Darren springs straight to mind. And I remember he had like 100 mil, you know. Listen, he was the only kid in school with Rockports back then, you know, and then Mexican got a pair. But, you know, because he was technically an only child for so long for his mum. And, you know, he was spoiled like I don't know what. So, you know, he always had the latest stuff. He was that kid. And he used to have his bottle of Duke in his bubble jacket in the inside pocket. And do you remember the brick corridor? The brick corridor that used to have the vending machine in there. I remember being down the brick corridor and it must have dropped out of his pocket and it smashed and he was so mad. It smashed. Oh my God. And I never forget a time, right? After school, me, Tasha Beckford and Darren, and who was the other guy? Who was the other guy? Can't remember who the other guy was. Honestly, my brain's gone. I can't remember. But anywho, so after school, we've gone to Darren's, right? We had curfew, you know. Yeah, I don't know. His mum must have been at work. He had the house to himself on Cyril Street, right? And we're there, you know. And when it was time for us to go, we knew we had curfew. We had to leave, and that's coming down. Do you think them boys that was at that house, they locked us in, wouldn't let us leave? And we're like, we're gonna get in trouble. We need to go. We're gonna get in trouble. And literally, I'm sure they even like took our phones or switched off. You know, boys like to prank and play games, and this is not a joke when you've got mums like Margaret and Sharon. It's not. We knew we were in trouble. That come down. Oh my God, I think we got home, I don't know, was it like 10 o'clock in the night? I don't even know what time it was. You see, when I got in, the moment I did not get beat, I knew I was in trouble. When Shazza don't say nothing, you're in trouble, whether it's tomorrow, a week later. She don't even know what to do with you at this point. So when I got there, my Auntie Imani was there, and she was just like, hey, Lee, you know, like, I think Mum just decided to get a level head on the go. This is not something that I do. It's not something that Tasha does, but we was with bad breed Pitney that thought it was a joke to lock us in the yard, right? When we got home, honestly, Mum was like, get to your bed. The next day when we got in school, the teacher, like, it was Auntie Rita. Was it Auntie Rita, Mr. Taylor? Was it Mr. Brown? No, I feel like it was Mr. Taylor. Brought us into the office, called us to the office. So obviously by this time, Mum's already told Auntie Rita and told who she wants to tell, you know. Imagine within that time frame, they must have been calling us and everything. And when we was in the office, they obviously gave us a big lecture because our parents couldn't get hold of us and what was we doing at this time. But I find it funny that it was only me and Tasha in the room and not Darren and whoever the other guy. Was it Luke Lawrence? Was it Luke Lawrence? I can't remember who the other guy was. Can't remember. And literally, we was in the office, you know, we're getting in trouble. We sat down, like, trying to do the whole, oh, we're sorry, Auntie Rita, sorry, Mr. Taylor, you know. And then they're like, so what happened to you when you got in? And said, well, my mum had my Auntie Marnie round and she sent me to my bed. She's like, what happened to you, Tasha? Because obviously my mum beat me. And we were well in trouble, imagine. I'm sure we were grounded. I'm sure that week, like, I had to be home by, like, school finished at 3:30. And I had to be home by 4 o'clock. And them days we used to walk it. So, you know, my friends are good friends, you know. They'll be like, right, Leash, come on. We've got 5 more minutes left to get you in. Come on. 5 minutes. Because they knew what Shatter was like. And, you know, they wanted my ground to be up so I could get to go to dance. Yeah. I remember I was grounded. And I'm sure there was something going on at dance. And Chinya and Charlene come to my house and was like, Sharon, right, so pleading my case to make sure I could get to come, you know, and we promised we'll get back at this time. And I know I've spoke to Alicia and I know she should have done it. Anyway, I'm rambling on about my childhood. I've got so much great memories, honest to God. Like, my dance girls, I hold them so dearly, you don't even know. Seriously, even if I don't speak to them often, don't see them, like, I've got some fond memories. Like, the children of today, that what they think's memories, they're not living the best times. We lived in the best times. The best times, we were so carefree. We didn't even have a mobile. We just about had a pager. We just had a pager before we even got mobiles, and we still had so much fun. The streets were safer. Even though we was in the height of gun crime, but listen, the gangs were ganging themselves, not innocent people. Where nowadays, even as a big person, you look at a young person too tough, they're looking to ask you what you're looking at with their bright self, you know. We lived in the best times, man. We had proper summer then, proper 6-week holidays. There was so much in the community for the young people to do. We all went hideaway. We all went on residentials and stuff. Oh, we had so much fun. So much fun. Anyway, I'm rambling on. But, right, so today I'm going to tackle Winter May's hair. She's dancing in the mirror. Tackle Winter May's hair. And I'm going to edit this video because this is in real time. This is today, Sunday. It's in real time. And then, guess what? Oh, that's another thing. That's for another vlog. My fridge freezer still did not come. Bearing in mind, it was due on the 2nd of December. Then they cancelled it. I think I told you in a vlog. They cancelled it. So I had to go back down there with my mum to Curry's. Then when they were meant to deliver it on Wednesday just gone, which was, I don't know what day Wednesday was, 5th or something, 4th, I don't know, right? The morning they went to deliver it, the delivery centre called me at 7:30 in the morning and said, oh, we're sorry, but we've not got your goods in the warehouse. We won't be able to deliver today. Can we deliver it on Saturday or Sunday? I said, which one is it, Saturday or Sunday? She said, oh, it'd be Saturday. They sent me a new reference number because I had to reorder the freezer. Saturday was yesterday. It didn't come. I was too busy yesterday doing my pitney's hair because she looks homeless. So I sent Mum down to, not sent her, but you know what I mean. Mum went to Curry's for me and then she sorted it out. That says the man delivered my items to somebody else. So they're going to reorder some rubbish. Now at this point, I was saying to Issa, shall we just cancel the order and just purchase from somewhere else? Because I don't buy from Curry's, you know, because I can't be bothered. I'd just rather go to Argos. Argos don't let me down. Let me stick with Argos, yeah? So anyway, he says, oh, there's really no point because if you're going to order from somewhere else now, you're still going to have to probably wait the time that they're saying. But I'm going to see. I'll revisit them on Monday. They told me to come back on Monday. So I'm going to go back there tomorrow and then take it from there. If anything, I'll just cancel the order. But, you know, I need freezer space. And I did tell the children that I had a new surprise for them because that's their freezer. So it's going to have all their stuff in there. All their little goods, treats, nuggets, anything that they want in that freezer. But obviously it's not arrived, so hence why the kitchen's not completed. But the kitchen's semi-completed actually. The painting's done, the tiles have been retouched up, so has the skirts and the door frames. Everything's really done, to be fair. It's just that last bit. I'm going to show you guys, but not right now because I'm going to tackle Wingy's hair. So I hope you enjoyed that story time. I feel a bit better now I've vented and I've just let it all out. I know it's not a big deal, but it's just besides the point. Maybe I'm feeling a bit hormonal. I don't know what it is. But if you've lasted this long in the video, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for another Vlogmas.